You're listening to WWSU 106.9 FM, Fairborn, Dayton's right choice. Thanks for tuning in to the Life Radio Show, now a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. The Life is rapidly approaching its third year on the air, and I haven't been asked not to come back yet. I must be doing something wrong. Before we get started, I have to tell you that the views and opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of WWSU, Wright State University, or the Wright State student body. Come to think of it, the views and opinions on this show don't reflect the views and opinions of most people in a civilized society. Fortunately, that's what makes it fun and worth listening to, so stick around and enjoy.
The brutal presence.
Hey, it sometimes works when you actually have the right program installed to play the song you want to play. It is. I'm not even going to tell you what day it is because you already know. But it's noonish, and it's time for the Life Radio Show with your host, Don Smith. If you couldn't tell by the weird interruption before our intro song. See, and there's our programming director is all confused now too, and the GM's coming in to check.
Oh, his arms are crossed.
Yeah, we are in trouble, Scott.
There is a lot of concern going on.
I don't know
there.
what we did, but we must have broke something.
It must have been the hacky sack reference.
It was the hacky sack reference. We actually told him we weren't going to do the show. We were going to go play hacky. You look like a hacky sack player.
I
actually.
used to. Hey, I was known to hack.
Hack a little sack.
Not just
mound.
a hack on stage.
Yep, you were known to hack a sack
Yep,
back in the
you
day.
know it.
You know, so was I, and I lost a lot of pairs of pants playing hacky sack.
Yeah.
Because I was always the idiot that tried to go for the impossible shot.
Well, you know, that's what the baggy corduroy was
Yeah,
for.
I know. And I never liked those. I wore jeans, and they were usually pretty tight.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Tight jeans
in
and
fact,
hacking.
one time I tried to kick way up high, and I actually managed to kick it, but my jeans were too tight, and it pulled my other leg out from under me, and I landed on my head. So
Yeah. You
it
cannot
was
do a
great day.
proper stall in skinny jeans.
No, you can't do really anything hacky sack related.
Right.
You need it's kind of like martial arts, only not nearly as cool. Or useful.
Yeah.
I can kick a little ball. But anyway, a little sack.
A little
it's not
sack.
even a ball. It's a little sack full of little balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody cares.
No.
We've just lost any
I'm
listener
pretty
we could have
sure
possibly
everybody's
had,
like,
Scotty.
what is this?
Because all
train
your
wreck?
friends were listening, and now not only are they not listening, you don't have friends anymore.
Well, you know.
It's just me and you now.
It's a rent-to-own kind of thing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, there you go. Anyway, what's been going on? It's a new year. It's a new chance for people to not listen to our show.
Right, yeah. Hey,
So,
it's another year of firsts.
Yeah.
You know, if last year is any indication of what this year could bring, then I have no idea what to tell you, because last year was pretty awesome.
Last year, I was extremely busy last year, but I will tell you, I started out the beginning of the year banned from Wiley's Comedy Club. I was not allowed to perform there, and now I'm part owner of Wiley's Comedy Club. 2017 was a real roller coaster of a year.
Yeah, man. It's funny how karma works, though. That's all I have to say.
It's weird. And now I'm actually forging a decent relationship with the folks that banned me because they're helping us book the show now.
Hey, big things are in store for Wiley's Comedy Club.
I hope so.
You can feel it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I really hope things start to get back to its former glory.
Yeah,
I think because Wiley's.
I think it will.
It was and it is a fantastic club. It's just.
Well, we're going to continue to have breakdancing fundraisers to save the community center. That is called Wiley's Comedy Club.
Oh, we're a community center now.
Have you ever seen Break Into?
Yes.
So we are.
Wiley's is now a community center, which is good because we can be tax exempt.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is really
There
the
you
only
go.
problem is we're not for profit, which we're pretty close.
Yeah, we weren't for profit last year.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
Speaking of fundraisers, I'm going to go ahead and start throwing this out there now. February 15th, a Valentine's date for a cause.
Ooh,
is going to be at Wiley's Comedy Club. That's going to be the first show I booked. I've hand-selected the finest comics in the Dayton area to run this show. It's going to be a headline by Nate Washington. The feature is going to be Jack Legg. Mike Canistero and Adrian Miller are also going to have part on the show, and it's going to be hosted by the wonderful Karen Jaffe.
Ooh,
So yes, it is an all-star lineup.
This sounds amazing, but my ego's telling me that you did not pick the handpick the finest comics because
I couldn't fit all of them. There was not room for a sixth on this show.
Okay, maybe next year.
It's a fundraiser for the Wright States chapter of the Sigma Tau Delta.
Are these all alums?
English Honor Society.
Oh, so you have to know proper English.
So yeah, and you're a great comic. I didn't know if you'd be a fit there.
Yeah, because I don't have proper
probably
English.
would actually. Yeah, but I'll get you. Because I'm thinking about starting like a monthly Thursday show. Because I'm trying to get one set up for March 15th.
Remember the secret show they used to do on Thursday nights?
The secret show on Thursday nights, the super secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never made it to one of those.
Well, it was a
second
secret.
shift.
So
I knew
a lot of people knew about it.
I knew about it.
You did know about it?
Yeah, I did know about it. But second shift kills a comedy career.
Yeah.
Just altogether.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But I am going to try to get back up on stage January 21st. I'm going to be up at Wiley Sunday Comics.
Yes.
My first time doing a set since probably like September, I think.
Welcome back, sir. Yeah, it has been. Has been a while.
See, I took a page out of your book and said I was quitting comedy, but I never told it.
I will never utter those words again. I have not lived that down since I've said that, and it's all in fun. You have to have thick skin in this particular type of dream crushing.
I have pretty thick skin and body fat, so I'm good.
Yeah, well, you're just tall on the sides.
Yeah, I'm like a rhino. You just can't, nothing can pierce nothing can pierce the side. Anyway, we were talking a little bit before the show. Like you said, we were going to burn up all of our talking points before we actually started the broadcast. But we were talking before the show. This is actually my 3-year anniversary here at WWSU. I believe I started my show. The first ever broadcast of the Life Radio Show was on January 9th, 2015.
That is awesome.
So here it is, January 10th, 2018, with none other than Scotty Mays.
Happy anniversary, Don.
Hey, thanks. I feel a year older. That's pretty much all.
Yeah. I have an anniversary coming up as well on Saturday. It'll be 2 years in sobriety for me.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you.
Thanks,
that's
man.
2 years sober definitely trumps 3 years on the air.
That's you were.
I'd love to have. I never used to record my old shows because I didn't do it as a podcast too. I'd love to listen to some of those and just me fumbling around,
and the evolution.
Nervous as can be, and listen to the evolution of it.
Yeah,
because I remember the first show I did. I think Aaron Evans, who was at one time general manager of Wiley's, he was my first guest ever on the radio show. We got here. I didn't have the codes to get in the door. Nobody was here. It was 8 o'clock in the morning because it used to be on Tuesdays. 8 o'clock in the morning. And Holly keeps sending me messages over the. Hi, Holly. How's it? Thank you. You'll have to come on here soon. But you were on the 100th episode, so Scotty gets the anniversary show. But see, they have a new feature on our on-air computer where people can chat with me through the website. So
do you speak text it back, or are you
no?
Just
I was just talking
that?
to her over the air.
Okay,
because I'm sure if she's texting, she might be listening too. So
sure,
could be. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, what was I saying?
8 a.m.
It was 8 a.m. I'm standing out in the hallway. Me and Aaron Evans, which I didn't really know him that well at the time. I just knew, as general manager of Wiley's. Didn't want to look like an idiot. And finally, about a half hour after my show was supposed to start, we got a hold of somebody that was able to get me into the studio because I never got the codes to get in the doors. So we get in here. We're starting a half an hour late. I can't even remember how to play a song. So we couldn't even take a break. We just had to go the whole time because I couldn't even remember how to play a song. And just stumbling my way through everything. And now when I stumble on my way through things, it's completely on purpose, Scotty. I don't even know why.
I like you say that with confidence, and it's
Well,
believable.
as long as you say it with incompetence, that's what I usually.
Yeah, and incompetency is key.
Yes, I'm confident in my incompetence.
I was looking at the evolution of my comedy journey so far up to this point, from my very first show that I did at Wiley's to where I'm at now. And man, I'll tell you, it's still just as horrible as it was then.
Now, are you talking about your material or just
no? The material's
the
gotten
whole
better.
thing as far as the nerves and getting up there? Cause
Oh, you know what? I don't have nerves. I honestly feel at home when I am that vulnerable in front of a bunch of people I don't even know. Transparency is actually fairly easy for me.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
'Cause,
I can't explain it. I just wish I was funnier.
We all. You're lovable, so you have that.
Yeah, I guess
You're lovable and you're funny too.
I'll
You got some
take the
good stuff.
sympathy. Like,
Yeah.
that poor bastard.
It's okay, Scotty. Some of us like.
If anything, people just feel better about their own lives after they see my comedy. Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to be okay.
As long as you make people feel better. That's really the goal of
that's
comedy.
right.
Either through laughter or just
Misery.
misery. Yeah,
right.
one way or another, you make people feel better about themselves, and that's the secret.
That,
That's why people go to your shows.
and the secret is now out.
And the secret is now out.
Yep.
We outed Scotty here on the.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
That's okay. So, what else is going on? Do you have any shows coming up?
I do. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be at the dock in Chillicothe.
One of Lori Graves.
Yeah. Amazing lady.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have not been. I've not been able to make it out to Chillicothe.
Friday night I'll be hosting for the very funny Jay Armstrong.
That's right.
The feature Blake Hammond.
Yes.
Very funny as well. That's at 7:30, and then Sunday I will be on Sunday Comics.
Cool.
So I'm going to push it a little bit harder this year than I did last year. I just want to keep taking the next step forward. I want to continue to learn, continue to grow, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Work's going great.
That's how you do it. I've heard.
Still doing the recovery thing out there, kicking it at Lemire 1-866-4A-DETOX. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll plug that about 80 times.
Yeah, I remember that from the last time you were here. We plugged that a time or two.
Just a time or two.
That's
We
all.
beat the brakes off of that phone number, man.
And now I can't remember it, and you just said it.
Yeah. Well, it was 1-866-4A-DETOX.
4AD. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
If you need to remind it again later, that's totally cool.
Well,
I
it
can
might
just drop
help.
it.
Well, you never know who's listening that just tuned in that might need that number.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. And if somebody actually stumbled upon this and said, man, I need help, and then all of a sudden there it was.
So you stumble upon this as in people don't listen to my show on purpose?
I think a lot of people listen to your show. They just don't talk about it.
Right, yeah. That's what happens on
It's
the
kind of
live.
like Justin Bieber fans,
Yeah.
they're out there. They just don't talk about it.
Man, I just got compared with Justin Bieber. I feel good about myself now.
Are you a
Scotty.
believer?
I really do. I have never been a believer.
That's
A believer, maybe.
Not much
I'd
of a
prefer the
believer.
monkeys to.
I would much rather
Bieber.
prefer the monkeys.
Except when Bieber went to jail. I think that was the best thing he'd done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should do that more often.
He should start his own show. Leave it to Bieber.
Yeah, leave it to Bieber. Yeah. Oh, gee, Warden.
Oh, Wally. Well, he's Canadian, right?
I believe so, yeah, and he should return. We don't need him here.
Agreed.
But now he's pretty much irrelevant now, isn't he? Does anybody? Are we the last two people?
Yeah, we might be
that are talking about Justin Bieber.
We may have just rejuvenated his career through this conversation.
Yeah, well, you're welcome, Bieber.
Justin.
Yeah, it's I call him Biebs.
Biebs.
Just the Biebs.
Yeah. It sounds like an STD. You got a bad case of the Biebs.
Yeah, he's got the Bieber GB. Oh, there's something wrong with us. Have we really run out of stuff to talk about?
I don't know.
See,
Let's
I told
talk about these frisbees that were laying in here when I showed up.
They were laying on the floor because apparently somebody was playing frisbee in here.
And they
on
were
the
like,
last show.
ooh, hacky sacks, $5.
Yeah. So they ran up, they scurried on upstairs to get $5
Follow
hacky
the son of
sack.
Pacholi to get your hacky sack.
Yeah, they said, heck with these frisbees. There are hacky sacks for $5 up there. Yeah. So they scurried on up to get their hacky sacks and left those here. So I figured I'd just set them on the table. And if my guests want hacky sacks are $5. But if they want a frisbee,
the frisbees are free.
take them. Yeah.
Well, I never
yours.
pass up anything free.
Okay, well that's good. Actually, I do have a couple of tickets to Wiley sitting here on the
10th
desk.
caller in gets tickets to.
You're assuming we'll get 10 callers. That's aggressive, Scotty. First caller Or if you're listening and you're listening online, you can send a message via the little chat
Holly,
thing
you don't
on
count.
there. Holly, you don't count because we'll let you in anyway, just because we like you. and you're one of the local comics, so you pretty much have run of the place. Anyway, I think it's time to.
You got some news over there?
I think I have some news already. So we're going to go ahead and well, no, not news. We'll let me figure out what I'm doing first because I know you're dying to hear some Potter's Field.
Oh, I love me some Potter. How? Okay. I really got to advocate for this band that is probably disbanded now.
Well, Potter's Field is a solo project. He's actually with a new band called Black Revenant, but
Okay.
Potter's Field still exists. Every now and then he will get the guys together, and I think he's been working on another EP for Potter's Field
That would
as
be
well
amazing.
as working on one with Black Revenant. So
That'd be amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that sound is just it's awesome.
yeah, there you go. We've got a Potter's Field fan.
Yeah. Well, and he made
plenty
it.
of-
He
plenty
made it.
of-
He said it was only because of you that I am a fan. But see, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
people like it. I love music, and you were a channel of that.
Yeah,
So whatever it takes, dude.
got to get it out there. Got to get it out there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to key up some some Potter's Field so we can get ready to go on that. But 775-5555 if you want a couple of tickets to Wiley's comedy show. And with that, it's time for a little bit of Potter's Field. Here you go. This is which one did I hit? Fell from Grace.
Way down my head in my heart. Never felt such hopelessness. Never shed so many tears. While I stare endlessly into space, it feels like a worthless waste. Sorrowful, impending days, my
The weekdays are made for working, but the weekends, those are made for gaming. Join Ellison Smith every Saturday for a new episode of Saltwater Gaming as he breaks down video games of all different genres, consoles, platforms, and eras. Get a bit of the old and a bit of the new, a bit of the action and a bit of the mystery. Get it all every Saturday on Saltwater Gaming, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Scotty Mays. There's our 1 o'clock guest is here before our other 12 o'clock guest. So
Michael Holder.
Michael. He's going to sit in the lobby for now.
Good. You sit in the lobby and think about what you've done.
They're going to get confused because I just told them I was waiting on another guest to come in. Now they're going to send
very
Michael
busy in this hallway.
It is.
Today.
It is. It's classes in session.
Everybody's looking at me like, "Are you my dad?" No, I'm not. I'm not your dad.
But anyway, I want to say congratulations to no one for calling in to win tickets.
We can't even give them away.
We can't even give them away. Hey, Scotty, keep these people entertained. I got to get the door.
Well, hey, you know what? Shout out to John Morris, Travis Charles, Kyle Steele, and Aaron Phillips. They are doing this awesome weight loss challenge, and I wish nothing but the best for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I did watch their weigh-in.
How was that? Did it make you feel better about yourself?
No, actually, I think I got them all beat. Even
really?
Travis, which was he was the top. He was the top tier, and I think I've
Did you hear
got
that,
beat.
Travis?
Because I'm just tipping over 3. So I know I don't look it. I look slim and fit, but
you do. You look kind of
it's
buff,
all the muscle.
man.
It's all the muscle. That's what it is. I bulk up quickly.
Yeah.
This is my holiday.
The winter will do that to us.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Joey Tussey just joined us, so you can get close to that mic. I make sure your levels are right and you don't.
How's that sound?
Very soft.
Very
soft. It's like you should sing a lullaby.
Voice.
No.
I try to be as sensual as I possibly can.
Yes.
That's Jay Armstrong, man.
yeah. He's
Friday.
Yeah, Friday night at Wiley's.
We're just spitballing.
We're just
we don't even
whatever
know sticks.
What the hell we're doing. This is what this show is, where we just sit here and talk about nothing. And you know how Seinfeld had a TV show about nothing.
Is that what he was going for?
I guess that's what they said. Anyway.
I thought it was an instructional video for whining.
Well, that too. That was Costanza's part in it.
Yeah,
it was just because he was. Well, I think a lot of Seinfeld's comedy is kind of an instructional video for whining.
It's unique.
Dissing comics.
It's unique.
Yeah, there you go. It's unique.
Enjoy.
Anyway,
you get a Frisbee.
Yeah, you get a Frisbee. We've surmised that somebody was in here before the show playing Frisbee, and then they found out there were $5 hacky sacks upstairs, so they ditched the Frisbees and run off. So
I'll still take the free Frisbee.
Yeah.
$5 hacky
Right,
sack.
yeah.
It's me.
Yeah, because it's free.
They're slumming it. I'm loving it.
There you go. So welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How long you been doing stand-up comedy?
I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 4 months.
Oh, a newbie.
And like fresh off the boat newbie kind of. And I
didn't bring any pizza in.
I know, dude.
No,
What's up with
no.
that? I'm looking at the hat.
I just started
man.
this job the other day. I deliver pizza.
You're like, this is a nice
it's too
ass
early
This
to
is
steal
the most-
pizza from him.
Oh,
yet.
dude,
Okay,
this is the
gotcha.
most comfortable hat I've ever worn in my life. It's soft.
Yeah, it's like
like
a
wearing
warm
a
pizza.
baby
It's
seal.
like
It's
wearing
like
a warm
I
pizza
love
on
a
your
warm
head.
pizza.
Oh yeah.
So Pizza
Oh,
Hut.
it's bad. Like
Who
I
is she
get.
taking a picture of?
It's hard to say.
It's probably me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Make sure you get my good
It's
side.
like, why's the pizza delivery guy on the radio?
Look at this weird guy's haircut.
There's a lot of product to get this hair to look this good.
I bet there is. Because you got to get it the right tone up there, the right color.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. I wish I could pull it off.
And my
I couldn't
flat
do it.
iron's getting ready to take a crap, though. I'm a little concerned.
Oh, that's not good.
So I'm going to have to go full mullet.
You might have to do like a Kickstarter or something. Do a GoFundMe to get a new.
I will do a
new
GoFundMe. Yeah. My birthday's coming up. I'm going to donate to
there
a
you
charity. Save the Hawk.
Yeah. So anyway, 4 months into comedy.
Yeah, 4 months into it.
Are you still enjoying it, or are you regretting it?
I love it. I love it. It's therapy. I mean, I used to be in bands growing up and stuff like that, but I was a bass player, and nobody gives a crap about the bass player.
The bass gets no love.
None at all. None at all.
Unless
Everybody
you're
looks.
Cliff Burton.
They look
Yeah.
at you like that kid in school that has no eyebrows. Like, they know something's wrong, but they can't put their finger on it.
It's like Joe Young.
That kid, it's like
Yeah,
he was
there's
homeschooled
definitely,
for
something
6
wrong
years,
there.
and for some reason his parents have sent him here. But, yeah, I mean, I got an open mic night invite at the bar I used to work at, and I just
And
ran.
it was all downhill
I had
from
5
there.
minutes, and I forgot every bit of everything that I laid down. I mean, I was in the parking lot writing stuff down, and I walk up, and light hit me, and I mean, the light was so bright, I almost walked off the stage. I couldn't even see the end of the stage, and I was just like, man, I'm doing stand-up comedy for a train right now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's that first time those lights hit you. It's
Oh, yeah.
nerve-wracking.
Mhm.
you just kind of, oh!
Well, welcome to the dysfunctional family of,
Exactly.
of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're out of Cincy, is it?
Cincinnati, Fairfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
from Fairfield, but I worked there long enough it feels like home.
A lot of talent down there. A lot of talent. in
Yeah, a lot
Cincinnati
of
area.
talent in Cincinnati. A lot of talent in Dayton.
There is
too.
a ton of talent.
Yes.
There is a plethora of talent in Dayton.
Yeah. So, are you sure?
Yeah,
what a
you know,
plethora
let me
means?
tell you
Is that-
something. I got to be honest right now. I'm going on 2 weeks without a cigarette. So
Oh,
if
man,
you want to
I'm-
question,
I'm not questioning a thing you
the
say,
talent
Scotty. Not at
pool in
all.
Dayton.
Not at all.
we can talk about
Yeah,
it.
we can step outside and talk about it. I noticed a little twitching.
Yeah,
That's a hard thing to do. I congratulate you on 2 weeks, because that is the 2 weeks is the hardest part. And I tell you, after you get past those 2 weeks, the rest of it equally hard. I'm not gonna lie. I quit about
what I hear,
almost
man.
6 years ago, and I was smoking about 3 packs a day, and I'd been smoking since I was 13 years old.
that's like the Marge Shot starter kit.
Oh
right
yeah,
there, man.
pretty much, man. I was bad.
You like baseball.
And, yeah, you like baseball?
Let me
But
tell
yeah,
you what
it
I
was-
don't like. Oh,
yeah,
wait, we can't talk
it was
about that on
rough.
here.
That's how I got this smoky, sexy voice that we all know and love now
Mhm.
on the radio. Cause
Is that why your
was-
beard smells like pipe tobacco?
Yes, it does. You noticed.
Yeah.
I'm flattered that you noticed. That's my
He's
new
got the
beard oil. That's my new
non-smoking
beard
super
oil.
sense of
This
smell.
is that's
That sense
what
of
it is.
smell comes
That's
back.
what it
and
is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
It
Smell all
smells like
kinds of
my
new
grandpa's
things.
den in here.
But yeah, this is my new beard oil I'm using. This is from Sinful Beard Oils. You can go to Facebook, Sinful SYNFUL.
Do you get
Beard
anything
Oil.
when you plug this Sinful Beard Oil?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to get
Okay.
because actually, to let you know, that years ago, I never thought I'd use beard oils, because to me, when you use product in your beard, it makes the beard, which is a manly thing, seem less manly.
Well, it says something about your mangina, too.
Right, exactly. But I have found out that you can pick up Sinful Beard Oils at Angler's Bait and Tackle in Englewood, Ohio on Main Street. And if you can pick up your beard product, your hair product at a bait shop at the same place you can test fire a crossbow and a compound bow and get your fishing license renewed, that's a man for you right there.
Panda.
So yes, actually I'm trying to work out a deal with them to help promote Wiley's. So yeah, this is all it's all to promote the club.
I need 80-pound test string, some arrows. Give me a thing of them wax
Yeah.
worms.
Yeah.
And
I want my
hey,
beard to
you-
smell like a man.
You got any of that beard oil? I'm going to rub on my face.
I thank you for noticing, Scotty, because I actually wore it for you.
Well, I
did.
could-
I'm
I
trying,
could tell.
you know,
I
just
just-
I'm sure you did your hair just for the show.
Absolutely.
So the least I can do is
I think
try
I
to
just
smell
whistled into
nice.
the microphone. I hate when that
It's
happens.
okay. It's okay. It happens every now and then, Scotty.
Oh, triggered.
Yep. So anyway, do you have any shows coming up that you want to promote, or you just come on for the fun of it?
I just really came on for the fun of it. I've never been on the radio before, and it was on the bucket list, and
Well, you have a
Well,
face
there
now
you
for
it's
go.
it.
off. I
You-
do.
you
My
have a
wife
face
said the
for
same
radio.
thing to me this
Yeah.
morning.
And
She
she
got
said
up.
you better take them a pizza, and you obviously didn't listen to her.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. She got up this morning, and she was about to put the pillow over my face before she went to work. I woke up in time, and she
In
just told
time
me,
to
she's
save
like,
your own
Wow.
life.
Yeah.
That's
love
lucky.
how that
That's
happens.
lucky. And I do have to say, I think this is the first time I've had two people in the studio at the same time with neck tattoos. So
Hey.
it's
Hey.
They call these everlasting job stoppers.
Yeah,
but
Oh yeah.
I,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I beg to differ.
I absolutely love it. Like
Yeah.
in Cincinnati, in the area we hang out with, it's
necessary.
It's predominantly an Afro-American area. But it's cool because there's people from every walk of life there, but it never fails. We walk into one of these little stop and rob gas stations, and you see everybody just check for their kids, and then they see me walk in with my best friend who's Jamaican. They're like, oh, thank God,
Do they know that right off the bat that he's Jamaican?
You can pretty much tell.
Oh, really? Isn't that stereotypical?
Do you remember the
So he's
Muppet?
like stereotypical Rasta.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Muppet with the dreadlocks that played saxophone?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Marlon looks like. I didn't want to plug his name, but it's too late.
Oh, that's
well.
okay. That's okay. We drop all kinds
He's on
of names
Instagram
on the
at
show.
Marlon Hunter.
Yeah. Yep. So coming on to promote somebody else on the, you're using your opportunity on radio wisely.
I just want to burn my friend. That's all I care about.
Well, you might get burned.
Yeah.
All right. I'm already married. Bring it.
So do we want to hit a few news stories?
I think we should hit some news stories.
It's been
We need
like
to
3 weeks.
deflect.
It's been like 3 weeks since I've done a
And I
news
kinda
story
want
because
pizza.
I've just been doing, and yeah, I kind of want pizza too. You're ruining my diet now. That hat is
You want to
just.
smell the hat?
I do
I'm
not
a-
want to smell the
It
hat.
smells like pizza.
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to smell it, he wants to chew on it for a little
Okay.
while. Just
It's
suck
new,
some of the
so
Pizza
nothing's
Hut
happened.
sweat out of that rib, out of that bill. That's
And then I'll huff your beard. Get my cigarette.
I'm going to chew on the
just
hat,
don't
huff
light
the beard.
Don't light the beard on fire. That wouldn't be good. I don't even know what we have in the news today because a lot of these I was, trying to rush to get something together because I've been lazy for a couple weeks. I've
What
just been
isn't
doing
there?
best
Man,
of shows. But,
It's got to be the hair. That's all I got to say.
somebody else taking a.
Wasn't that a conflict of interest to wear a Michigan fleece at a Wright State University?
I think it is. I think it. Well, that's Ted. He's a conflict of interest in general. How's it going? Oh,
No, that's okay. Take all of the ones you want. I don't have any warrants.
Yeah. That was Ted, by the way. Thanks for stopping by. And now on to news. Another human foot washed ashore near Souk, Canada, on Vancouver Island. The 13th foot found in British Columbia in the last decade. Human feet have also had a tendency to wash ashore in Washington State. The most recent foot, with lower leg bones, tibia, and fibula attached, was encountered by a man walking his dogs in the town of Jordan River. The man picked up the foot and took it home before calling police. For the record, the authorities say if you find a foot on the shore, you should call authorities and they'll retrieve it. No need to hand carry the foot home. Hand carry. You could just kick it along.
Yeah.
You might have some questions about why Canadian police would be calmly advising citizens of proper foot spotting procedure.
Wouldn't you just give it a proper toe?
Yeah. Just give it a little. Yeah.
Thanks.
There's a place
Friday and
that
Sunday
you
I'll
could,
be at Wiley's.
there's a place. There's a place you could turn that toe in. You could actually
in Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah.
We discussed
You'd
that.
actually
before.
drink it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's disgusting. Still.
Basically, feet washing up in the Pacific Northwest, while not an everyday occurrence, thankfully, is not particularly unusual, let alone a sign of something sinister. And I'm going to stop the article there. That's actually where I stopped. I didn't stop reading. I went on, but I'm going to leave the rest of it just soak as a mystery as to why feet just randomly wash on shore.
I blame the Illuminati.
I blame the Illuminati for everything.
I think
Okay.
they're just giving everybody a chance to collect the whole set.
Yeah.
I think somebody's trying to get a leg up on the competition.
Yeah, exactly. They're ahead by a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sense of humor they might.
I mean, that's a pretty big step.
Yeah.
Too loose.
Yeah, that's what it is. Kevin Bacon. It all goes back to
Yeah.
Kevin
It
Bacon.
always
and
goes
Footloose.
back to Kevin
Just
Bacon.
jumped right into the
Yep.
the Kevin Bacon circle.
Yeah,
right
everybody cut Footloose. That's what, and they all did, and they're washing up on the beaches.
Somebody
of
said lucky
Washington
human's
and
foot. You think
Vancouver.
they hang that from their key ring like a rabbit's
Yeah,
foot?
that would be cool. That'd be a big key ring. It'd be like one of the ones you go to a gas station. They don't want you running off
Right.
the bathroom key.
Yeah. I think you'd be a little bit
Yeah.
faster with
Hard
the third
tibia.
foot.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, what's this from? The last guy that took the key.
Exactly. Yeah. His other foot's probably going to wash up on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's there's so much speculation as to what actually causes that and where they all come from.
What kind of angle do you think you would have to use to skip a foot across the lake? I mean, if they're already washing up.
If it had the leg bone's still attached, it'd be a lot harder. Because if it was just the foot itself, I mean, the sole's kind of flat. You could skip that,
especially if
pretty well.
they're flat-footed.
Right? Yeah.
But they could just be like a Frankenstein boomerang.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. with the leg bone still attached, it's just going to circle back around
Assault
and hit you in the
with
head.
A Frankenstein boomerang.
Yeah, that's how the boomerang was invented. These feet started washing up ashore in the outback in Australia, and they just
Yeah, I'm not
started
buying
tossing.
that.
Probably not. No, that was an Aborigine thing. They didn't do that to their feet.
Isn't that called an apparition?
No, they're real. They're real feet washing up. He was walking his dogs. I wonder what the dogs, they must have gone nuts.
Ranson Carr says you have a collection of feet.
I do?
That this isn't even a new story, that this is just a skeleton in your closet that you have just let out. Speaking of
He
Ranson,
doesn't even know.
you know, if you show up to the Cry for Help tour Saturday night, he will take his shirt off for you. He's been working out. He's been eating peanut butter and jelly bowls.
If he keeps
Trust me, you want to see that. And I just had a viewer drop off as soon as I said that on my feed.
I don't blame you. We probably lost a couple of the radio
Peanut
shows.
butter and jelly bowls.
But no, I will say if Ranson keeps letting my secrets out like that, I know where his feet are going to end up.
Yep. Watch your feet.
Stitches get stitches. Right below the knee.
Leave them in stitches. There you go.
I see the Chili Trophy still in place.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Jess hasn't been back.
Yeah, well, he just told me to kiss it. I said no.
That's always good. Okay, moving on. We're going from archaeologists, from finding feet to archaeologists recently unearthed a curious artifact in California, an Egyptian sphinx. Unlike the Great Sphinx of Giza, which is made of bedrock, the Sphinx was made of plaster and wasn't carved by ancient Egyptians, but molded by designers on the set of Cecil B. DeMille's 1923 biblical film, The Ten Commandments. The film, we don't need to go through all that, but after the filming was complete, the 12-story set was too expensive to dismantle and too valuable to leave for rival film studios to pilfer. In a move just as ambitious as his filmmaking, DeMille, who created the second version of the film in 1956, ordered the set buried at a location unknown to the public. And now archaeologists have found it and probably are wondering, it probably took them a while to figure out that the Egyptians weren't here,
Right.
too.
Yeah.
But I'm sure at first they tried to get something going. There's probably somebody who was writing a paper about it, and then they thought, it's just a movie set. So that was exciting.
Imagine that discovering a Sphinx and then there's just a Ford Model A next to it. Like, what?
Yeah, they were more advanced than we thought.
That'd be better than a sphincter.
Yes. Yeah,
Plaster sphincter
the
would be a
sphincter
problem.
of Giza.
Give Sodom and Gomorrah a whole new meaning.
Yeah. Oh man, moving on. Okay, there's a story from Arkansas. That's bound to be a good one.
Oh, here we go.
Arkansas prosecutors have dropped their case against James Bates, known as Master, whom they had charged with first-degree murder, partly with the help of evidence collected by an Amazon Echo smart speaker. On Wednesday, a circuit court judge granted their request to have the charges of murder and tampering with evidence dismissed. The prosecutors declared something. They stated that the evidence could support more than one reasonable explanation. The move marks a curious end to a still more curious case, which has revolved around the role played by a personal assistant device that's supposed to begin recording as soon as someone says the word Alexa, in this case, in its presence.
Somebody's
Alexa,
safe word.
Somebody's safe word, and somebody's getting on murder charges because Alexa ratted them out.
Wow.
That's why you don't want a lot of self-activating recording devices in your home.
Right.
You know, because they would have caught on to the feet thing a long time ago if I had one of those. I won't have one.
What do you do with this? Just throw it off the boat.
Yeah.
Bam. Right
Yep.
there.
Yep. Just like Dexter. Wasn't that he wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
he always chucked everything overboard on the boat, if you ever watched that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because the current was strong. So he thought.
So he thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that used to come into the bar that used to say, like, I need to quit watching Dexter because I'm starting to feel like I can get away with this. We don't talk anymore. But
probably a wise decision to to not talk to him anymore.
And he was an insurance adjuster, so you know he had it in him.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're heartless anyway. So okay.
What else you got, Don?
Okay, the much debated phenomenon of man flu may have some basis in fact, according to researchers. A Canadian, of course. A Canadian study was carried out to determine whether men really do experience worse symptoms than women, or whether it's just a myth. Dr. Kyle Sue, a man with a woman's last name, a clinical assistant professor at Memorial University of Newfoundland, suggested men may not be exaggerating symptoms, but have weaker immune responses to viral respiratory viruses. In what is thought to be the first study of its kind, he analyzed relevant research and found evidence that adult men have a higher risk of hospital admission and higher rates of influenza-associated death compared with women, regardless of the underlying diseases.
I'm sure man buns and beard oil increase those symptoms even more.
No. They make it. They help. They help stave off the flu, because the flu all gets caught in the beard oil and it doesn't actually get ingested. Yeah.
But that's kind of like
now the man bun. I can't answer for that. You'll have to talk to Nick.
Remember the the whole nuclear holocaust and hair care?
Yes,
I do. You weren't supposed to use conditioner because the radiation would set.
Yeah, but the radiation is different than an influenza virus.
Influenza virus, you think so?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're both pretty gnarly.
Well, I tell you, do some research.
Test that theory.
Do some research, test them both out, and let me know which is worse.
You get Trump's tiny hands on that man button, and he says his
you call
button's
him
bigger.
Chump? Donald Chump. That'll work. We'll start a Twitter war with him is what we'll do.
We will.
We'll try to get old Chump to tweet to the radio show.
That would be amazing.
I'd dare him. Because he's listening.
Wouldn't you love to be called fake news?
He won't do it.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd love to be called real news, because being called fake, there's nothing new to that. No, these are all 100% real stories. Like,
I believe it.
Is that why they're written in crayon?
Well, yeah. Well, I copied them myself.
Okay.
And they weren't originally.
You just got to grab what's close.
Exactly. It's okay. This guy's nickname. I got to go with this one. I'm gonna skip over the fighting over Charlie Manson's personal effects, and I'm gonna go to wingsuit pilot. The wingsuit.
Oh, yeah.
The wingsuit pilot Anton Squeezer Anderson. Nickname Squeezer. Lived up to his nickname with his latest daring stunt. The 23-year-old adrenaline junkie from Sweden soared down from the top of a mountain in Switzerland at 155 miles per hour to squeeze himself between two people and rip through a 2-meter-wide piece of paper. He described the sensation as, quote, unreal, dude. He also said that the speed and proximity to the ground made it feel so fast that it's overwhelming. It's also a huge compliment to see how precise I could be. The terrifying thought that he may strike the people holding up the target did cross his mind, he said, but with 3 years of regular wingsuit flying under his belt, he said he has built up a good sense of precision. That's probably the only good sense the man has. It's just precision. I can land my idiot self wherever I want.
Oh, man, I'm picturing the actual collision.
Oh, yeah, that's the best part, is picturing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish there was video. Like heads exploding. 155 mile an hour head-on-head collision in person.
And that's where the feet are coming from. Blowing off these guys in Newfoundland, floating down to Canada.
In Sweden, and the impact was so great that his feet washed up in Canada.
This message brought to you by Nike. Just do it.
Just do it, idiots.
You won't do it? Oh, here he goes.
The Life Radio Show does not advocate wingsuit flying because that's stupid. How would you just like to have the nickname Squeezer?
Squeezer? Ooh. That's, I don't.
That's a loaded question.
Yep. Scotty Squeezer May.
Yeah. How'd you go about earning that name? Yeah, well, some things you just don't talk about anymore.
I used to wrestle in the late 80s and keep myself.
Yep. I used to be a smoker. I could have been Weezer. I've been Squeezer and Weezer.
Squeezer and Weezer.
Welcome back to the Squeezer and Weezer show.
How'd you get the name Squeezer? Well, Funny story about donuts.
Yep. Soon as I'm famous, it'll come out. Oh, that ain't right. Okay. Following a complaint by a journalism advocacy organization, retail giant Walmart has pulled from its website a T-shirt that appears to encourage lynching journalists. The shirt reads, "Rope, Tree, Journalist. Some assembly required." Walmart yanked the shirt within a day of receiving a complaint Wednesday from the Radio, Television, Digital News Association. The clothing was offered for sale by a third-party vendor, Teespring, on the Walmart website. The product, quote, "clearly violates our policy," said a Walmart statement to CBS News. The company is now reviewing all products for sale on its site from Teespring. The shirts have also vanished from the Teespring website, so you missed your opportunity to get to get that T-shirt.
Wow.
So yeah, this is it's fake news anyway. I think that was fake news. Walmart put that out so they could see themselves as a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
they
sure
need
those shirts are still on the shelf.
Oh, I'm sure they.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's. I'm sure they sold like hotcakes too. Trump's probably wearing one right now.
Probably.
In fact, he probably created them. That would take thought.
That would take a lot of thought.
Yeah, that would
That's
take
above his,
clever wit,
yeah.
and then he would just tweet something about him with that. Yeah.
Can you imagine just the shock and awe of running into Donald Trump at Walmart?
I don't think it'd be too shocking. I mean, it's,
I mean,
I
I don't know.
Yeah,
all
it
you have to
would.
do is walk into Walmart and you can see the people that voted for Trump.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's shocking sometimes just to walk into Walmart. I try not to shop there. So, I mean, but
where I get
I'm broke,
half
so
of-
sometimes you got to. Sometimes you just have to slum it at Walmart.
That's where I get half of my material for my stand-up.
yeah.
I love to go to Walmart.
Oh, I thought you bought it there.
No.
Yeah.
Go there third shift.
Well, if
Especially if
you
they're
actually
books,
if you actually
101
bought your
greatest
jokes, if you actually bought your jokes from Walmart, it'd be hard because they wouldn't translate well from Chinese.
No. Not at all.
Well, the sense of humor is different in other countries.
Oh.
Seems to be, because for instance, my
It's all
my
much
in-laws
better
are
than
Indian and they have no sense of humor at all.
Did they get
I
a free
just got in
toilet?
trouble. What's that?
Did they get one of those free toilets? from
No,
Trump?
because they missed out on that because they actually live in the States.
So they didn't get a Trump dump.
They didn't get the Trump number. Nope. See, this is like another great best of episode of going over news stories.
Yeah.
Where you're just rehashing all kinds
Little
of older
callbacks.
stories. Yeah. Yeah.
Call back
Callbacks
to the
left
Trump
and
dump.
right. Yeah. And Joey's left in the dark because he doesn't know what's going on.
No.
Like, what are these guys talking about? Sorry, dropped my pen cap.
This reminds me a lot of my
Disastrous.
marriage is people talking. I'm
Yeah,
just sitting
people talking. You just sitting there in the middle and going,
Standing over you with a pillow.
Yeah, put the pillow down, Scotty.
here, you gotta try new things in a relationship to make them work. Homicide just happens to work for me and my wife.
Safe
Hey,
word is
whatever
Alexa.
Oh, I think we got time for we're done with news stories. We're just going to go ahead and promote whatever shows we got coming up. I know Scotty's going to be at Wiley's Friday and Sunday.
Yeah,
You
Friday.
doing anything Saturday? You just being lazy?
Saturday is my 2-year anniversary of that's my sobriety date. So I'm
Oh,
actually
okay. So you're
I'm hanging out with
celebrating
my kids and my grandkids.
Okay, well,
So
that's allowable. We'll allow that.
well, damn right, damn right.
I mean,
But-
if you want to
Oh,
celebrate
thank
something
God.
like that,
No, but yeah, Friday. Jay Armstrong will be there.
Yep,
Feature
Jay
Blake
Armstrong,
Hammond.
Blake Hammond.
Honored to be
Scotty
a host
Bates.
for them. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen Jay Armstrong, ooh,
Jay's. I
is
think I was able to
funny.
get him into the show one time. It's been a couple years ago though.
man, he's so funny.
Yeah,
He's funny.
and tattooed too. So it's a
Yeah.
tattooed show.
Yeah,
Friday.
Ink Masters.
Yep. And you're going the Thursday. You'll be at the dock
Yeah,
in
Chillicothe. Yes.
That'll be
Yeah,
another
that'll
great
be
show
fun.
this
There's a
year.
lot of funny comics on that one. I feel a little.
Lori Graves
it's a little
books some
intimidating.
fantastic shows down there.
Yeah, she does. She's a great lady too. Very funny.
Yeah.
Great promoter.
Do you have anything coming up, Joey, do you have any social media you want to put out there, or Twitter, or anything that you do regularly? That
I'm going to be at the Funny Bone in Liberty Township in Fairfield on Friday, January 18th.
How'd you get on there?
I asked.
Man, what do I got to do around
I
here,
asked
man?
very
Jeez,
nicely.
Don. You got a Valentine's show coming up, and you just said you got the best comics doing that, and I'm like, well, yep, I'm not there yet. I'll get there. I'll get there.
We'll get you on one because, well, like I said, I'm going to try to come up with. I'm going to try to start doing.
I think the last show you want me
actually
on is something to do with relationships, man. That's just a train wreck for me.
Well, that would have been good though. That would have been.
That's how Christopher Titus made his money.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, damaged. All kinds of damaged relationships and that. Okay. Well, do you have any? What if somebody needs help? What if is
funny
there
you
a number
asked.
that they can call?
Actually, yeah, I work at a rehabilitation center, 1-866-4A Detox. That's Lemire Healing Center in Westchester, Ohio.
Okay.
Seriously.
So you didn't throw that out as often as I'm used to. So
Yeah, well, we did the trifecta.
yeah, we still got it out there.
Yeah.
we still
We can do one more, 1-866-4A Detox.
Yeah, 1-866-4A Detox.
Yeah, for
What
the
was that
letter
number,
A.
Joey?
Yeah, what's your Pizza Hut number, Joey?
Yeah, yeah. Where can we go
Speed dial
find
number
pizza?
4.
Speed dial number 4.
That's how I got the job. The lady was like, "Why wouldn't I give you the job? You're in here 5 times a week." I'm
Yep,
like,
you can deliver your own
Thank
pizzas
you.
now.
I'm only 162 pounds, but thank you for making me self-conscious about that. Like,
162 pounds. Man, I haven't seen that since grade school.
Dude, get a hula hoop through a Cheerio, man. That's pretty amazing.
yeah, I'm British rock star skinny.
Yeah, there you go.
Hang gliding from a Dorito.
Trying to bring back the Mick Jagger look.
Yeah,
just
there
don't
you
feel
go.
like
Can you
slitting
do
the
the
sides
little
of my
chicken
mouth and make
dance?
my
Yeah,
mouth that big.
can you do the little chicken dance he does?
I try to practice.
And I'm an English major, Scotty. All
I'm
right,
not
on
hooked
that
on
note.
phonics. I can quit anytime I want.
Exactly.
Oh,
All
I've
right.
heard that before.
All right, on that note, we're going to go ahead and play. I'm going to play a little Mr. Stone King.
Yes.
Yeah, because Mr. Stone King's he's awesome too.
Triggered.
Did you say triggered? Is that a trigger word for
No,
Stone
it's not.
King?
I don't have trigger words except cigarette and pipe beard oil.
Yeah, I noticed you were a little twitchy when you came in. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a little so I'm going to take a break here.
All right.
And we will be back here shortly. I don't know
Not
who else
me.
is coming in. So yeah, Scotty's heading out. He's got places to be. But congratulations on 2 years.
Hey, congratulations
on
on 3 years.
Saturday. Yeah,
Happy anniversary,
I think
man.
yours is more important. Actually, yours is more meaningful than I'm just sitting here talking about.
You've
nonsense.
managed. You've managed.
Yeah, we
A
both
lot better than
somehow
I
managed,
was able
Scotty.
to. So.
All right, I'm going to take a little break. We'll be back here shortly.
Wednesdays on Eventide, Robert Yetter and Mike Shea sit down and throw albums at each other, talking about them, picking them apart, ripping them a new one. All different artists, all different genres, all different levels of suckage. It's Track Record, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on the Eventide podcast feed. For more information, go to eventideent.com.
My teeth off of it, but I could sit comfortably too.
All right, I just let you talk all that on the air.
All right,
So-
that's cool.
We are back on the Life Radio Show. I'm
Go
your
ahead and
host,
put my
Don
shoes
Smith.
back on.
Yep. Pull your pants back up. We're on the air now.
We're all family now.
Yep. There ain't no secrets anymore. We are back on the air with the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. Sitting in the studio, Joey Tussey still with me. We just got joined by Mike Holder. Is it Mike or Michael?
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
bad.
You
Michael
can
Holder.
try Mike. I don't even hear it.
Don't even respond.
Don't
It's
even
just
hear it
doesn't-
anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Michael Holder. Is it? So what's been happening with you? We'll start off at the beginning. How long you been doing stand-up comedy, and what got you started?
Yeah, almost 3 years. 3 years. It was 3 years in December, and I started in Go Bananas Comedy Club in Cincinnati, and it was they have a Wednesday night pro-am that I've been going to for about a month, and it was it was a bucket list thing that I really took seriously and prepared for, and had a good time the first time, and then just kind of never quit. So.
Yeah. So you didn't write your set in the parking lot before you went on and forget all?
No, it took me.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
I took so long, and I was going to the writing sessions on. They have an hour before the pro-am, and
Right.
the other comedians kept asking me. They're like, when are you going to go up? I'm like, you could tell you got past a point where they were getting it. They're like, they wouldn't talk to you until you need to go. You just need to go up and do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, eventually you just have to.
you just got to do
stop stalling.
Yeah.
But Wiley's, speaking of writing sessions, Wiley's every Sunday before the Wiley Sunday Comics, we do have from 5 to 7, we have a comics hang where anybody can come in and work on material stuff. So always got to throw that out there. I know you guys are in Cincy, so it's a bit of a drive, but
I think it's important to do. I mean, a lot, some of the younger comics, live together, they're roommates, and I feel like they get a lot of that, hey, I'm working on this bit. What do you think?
Yeah.
But typically, you're kind of on your own, and it's nice to get some feedback from other comedians.
yeah, even if we're brutally honest.
Yeah.
Because that's the best way. You ask family members, "Oh, that's funny," and
Well, comedians though, the
except
feedback.
for me, I always run my jokes past my wife before I go on stage with them, and if she doesn't laugh, I don't count them out. But if she says, "What is wrong with you?" I mark that one down because that one's a keeper.
Yeah. Well, the feedback you get from other comics, though, sometimes it's, hey, what if you try this word instead of this word, and it makes all the difference in the world. They see and hear things that other people don't.
Yeah, and add tags that they
add tags, yeah, so,
which helps a lot. So.
But that's what I got going on, and I, I'm self-employed, so I got a lot of time to commit to it.
That'd be nice.
And that's it.
Because that's the thing that's killing me is I work second shift, so it's almost impossible to get out and do anything during the week.
Yeah,
and that always makes it rough.
And then you hang out at a college, which is
actually I don't. I just do the radio show here. I'm usually my classes are online right now, so I don't even have to. I'm working on my MBA online, so I don't even have to come here. But I like doing the radio show. It's been 3 years now since I started this crazy thing.
That's great.
Because originally I started doing it to keep in contact with other comics in the area because I couldn't get out and do as many shows as I liked.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. And 3 years later, I'm still doing more. I'm still doing more on the air on the radio than I'm doing in clubs. So
yeah.
Which I've been wanting to get down to Go Bananas sometimes, but like I said, working second shift, you can't really do much.
It's tough. Yeah. It's a great club. It's a totally different vibe than I think Wiley's and Go Bananas are classic old comedy clubs. They're not fancy. The food is just bar food. I think people go to these clubs to see maybe a specific comedian versus like some of the larger chain clubs.
Right.
It's like people saying, let's go see a movie tonight, and they don't really care which movie. They just want to go see a movie. So it's a little different vibe.
I think there's less of that these days, where let's just go see
let's just go hang out.
They plan things ahead, who they want to go see. We need to get more people that just randomly show up to to Wiley's especially.
Yeah.
And Go Bananas.
It's such a great club. I mean, Wiley's, I grew up in Dayton. Wiley's is the first comedy club I ever went to. I saw Emo Phillips there back in the 80s, and
I think he was there I think he was back over the summer. I think he was.
Yeah, and just it was, late 80s, early 90s comedy was people were still wearing blue suits, pushing the sleeves up halfway, and well, you probably remember that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, in the 80s, I wasn't quite old enough to go out to clubs.
Me neither.
I'm old. I'm gonna be 50 this year, so it's
well, you got me. I'm only 41.
It's
so
interesting.
I'm still young.
Yeah.
I'm still.
I don't know. Turning 50s.
Shut up, Joey.
I didn't say a thing.
I'm in a college. I get enough of that.
I remember when Rugrats first came out. But that's just.
Nothing changes as you get older, except like your sponsored ads on Facebook. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think those get a little invasive. My
a little bit,
yeah. A little bit.
Yes, Facebook gets more and more concerned about you.
Have you tried Metamucil? Seriously, have you tried Metamucil?
It's time to start advertising the ED pills for him.
Yeah.
You can tell by the anger in his posts.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, his age and the anger in his posts. He needs some ED pills. Send him the Viagra ads.
They're contradictory too sometimes. Like the two ads, there used to be 4 ads. Now there's just 2, and they're usually real either or.
I don't really even pay attention to them.
Yeah. Oh, I love watching them try to figure me out, and then clicking on the ads.
Yeah, most of the ads I actually get anymore, because of course they watch your computer. They know what website. They look at your browsing history, and fortunately, I get a lot of things for the club, for Wiley. So I'm looking up, customized shot glasses, custom T-shirts, all this kind of stuff. So that's the ads I usually get, is for stuff I can customize for the club.
Yeah. I want to believe, we always say, they are watching you, they're doing this. And it's all algorithms, but still, I just so much want to believe
there's some little
that there's
weird
somebody
guy in a dark room,
and he's assigned to. I'm one of his clients or whatever, and he's trying to figure out what to offer me,
like a much darker sense of a guardian angel kind of.
Yeah, like I want
to know which one's assigned.
Like I want to feel like there's an actual person behind. You might also like this.
Makes you feel special.
Yeah.
To think
there's a
that
guy
there's somebody
that you don't
there.
know.
We're getting a phone call. We're getting a phone call. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I can remember how to work this.
See if you can work a landline.
This is life. You're on the air. Hello. Let me pick the phone up over here. Is anybody there? Nobody's there. Is anybody there now? Nope, they hung up. Okay. Tech. That's
oh man. All right.
Fantastic. All right. So
they weren't trying to order a pizza.
They could have been. They could have been.
I'm looking at Les
order a pizza.
Nessman over here. Johnny Fever trying to work the phone.
Yeah, everything looks like it's on correctly here. Just every now and then we get that. So whoever was trying to call in, welcome to WWSU. If you want, you can always go to the website and send me a text while I'm on the air. Send me a message through the website while I'm on the. Now, what were we talking about before?
Yeah,
before we had a phone system meltdown again.
Oh man, things are good. I don't know.
Okay. Well, did you have a good 2017? I was talking with Scotty when he was in here about
I
all the weird things that happened.
I had an amazing year. So I've been working I do corporate video, and I've been working for myself for 2 years, and it just keeps getting better. And there's no going back now. Like I can't. Cool. I wear a robe most of the time at home, and I'm just like there's no.
Well, I'm sorry you had to get all gussied up.
This is a lot today, yeah. Oh my God, it's like summer outside today compared to how it has been.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. as a heat wave.
But yeah, it's a shocker walking through the student union. You really feel. But there's like scattered, especially at this university. There's a lot of people doing grad work and going back to school. So you have this smattering of like age groups where, it's an interesting. You definitely, I feel old, but
oh yeah, I feel old every time I walk in here. That's just the way it is. Because I used to work here full time.
Okay.
Full time in the HVAC department here till I had a place offer me way better pay, and then I had to go. But I'm still on the radio station. They haven't kicked me off of here yet. So
I love seeing people, just seeing young students and thinking back, like just have their whole life ahead of them, and they what I was thinking back then, and how
I thought everything was going to work out.
Back when you had hope. It just really brings me back to days when I didn't, wake up wishing somebody would just stuff a pillow over my face.
Yeah.
I have a weird thing going on right now. I have the house I'm in right now I bought 15 years ago, and they're tearing down homes in my neighborhood and building new homes. And so builders are offering me, money for my house to tear it down. And it's a pretty good offer. And the thing is, like, in order to sell my house at this point, I would have to put a lot of money into it to get it all updated.
Right.
So now I'm seriously considering just like selling the house, and you can take just what you want and then just leave the rest, and they just bulldoze it. And literally, I feel like I'm just going to move into a condo and start my life completely. It's just like turning an Etch-a-Sketch upside down and just shaking all the junk out of it. And that
would be, if I was made a decent offer from, I'd do that.
Yeah, just walk away from it and it'd be done. Start all over.
And the bad thing is, I bought my house from my grandmother, and I'd still say, all right, so take all this junk with it. I'll take this and this. The rest is yours.
I just think it's funny. My New Year's resolution is I'm just gonna bulldoze my house and just start over.
Not a lot of people get to make that resolution.
Oh man,
yeah.
just start over with a brand new condo and
that'd be nice. Yeah,
I feel like it's the weird thing is, like, I might be the only empty nester that like actually doesn't have kids. I'm downsizing. I don't have any reason to downsize.
Yeah.
Other than I'm just sick of.
I don't know the idea of a condo. I like the idea of like maintenance and lawn care and that kind of stuff taken care of. I don't like the idea of living in a condo that close to other people.
Yeah.
And
some of them are.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. Because, of course, I mean, there's the condo association. You have there's certain rules you got to follow, things you can and can't do on property that you supposedly own. And to me,
it's home from drinking and your car just happens to be parked too far into your neighbor's yard
or into their house. Yeah. You're in trouble all of a sudden, and it's
nobody has a sense of humor anymore.
Yep. Yeah. If I can't go out in my underwear in the middle of the night and chip golf balls across the street, then it's not a place I want to live.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I actually did that once. And I live in town.
There you go.
I have like neighbors real close on either side. It was 3:00 in the morning. I was going golfing the next day, and it's the first time I've been golfing in a while. And my next door neighbor, he's not there anymore, but we did not get along. I mean, this guy, he trained his dog to poop in my yard.
Oh man.
And, just constantly back and forth because, like I said, I bought my house from my grandmother, and he treated her like that. So when I moved in, it was like he was going to start getting some of his own back. Well, I did. I was drunk 3:00 in the morning. I was like, I'm going to take some practice swings. Mm-hmm. I had a little rose bush right out in my front yard. There was nothing left of that when I was done. But I kept swinging. I took all kinds of divots, and every time I took one, I just started laughing because I could hear chunks of stuff hitting the side of his house. I'm a great neighbor.
I have these raised vegetable gardens in my backyard, and the neighbor's cat used to use it as a litter box, and it was so frustrating. And so I was trying different stuff, different repellents, and none of them worked. And I finally saw something online, some message board that like you shake cayenne pepper on it, and they because they tend to kind of sniff before they go. And so I did that, and it worked. And then I found another. I just read farther down. It was like, apparently that's like one of the cruelest things you can do, because cats get it on their paws. They get it on their paws, and then they lick it and rub their eyes.
Oh,
so I'm
man.
like, I'm just pepper spraying the cats in the neighborhood. Like
That's terrible.
It was great.
Yeah,
It worked.
We're gonna get complaints now.
Now, that was years ago.
It's like the most amazing passive aggressive vengeance.
Yeah, it's actually if I would have known, I probably still would have done it. But
see, I don't really care for cats, but even I think that's kind of mean.
yeah, it was accidentally.
Yeah,
it was harsh, but
yeah, like you didn't know, you didn't read far enough down. That's
and
okay.
I think that's the thing with cats. I don't think they learn, and even if they learn, they don't care.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
They're like, whatever. I'm still going to do it.
That's my whole basis on not believing in a flat Earth, because the cats would have pushed everything off the edge by now. Anyway,
that's true. I heard that somewhere.
I read it somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
All right, I think we're going to take a little break. We're going to play. I promised some Mr. Stone King, and I didn't get to play Mr. Stone King because I forgot there's the real kind of break we have to take on the station now. And to play some advertisements, because I guess people paid for them and they want them played. I don't know. Crazy stuff.
I was
like
just
that.
trying to promote their own thing. That's all.
Yeah. So it's selfish people. Won't let me play the music I want to play, but they want their ad out there. So I'm going to play a little bit of Mr. Stone King that I promised before. So here's You Can Run.
There's a reason they call them lazy Sundays. There's nothing better than sitting around and enjoying the comforts of a good book. But what book should that be? Well, every Sunday, Eventide brings you The Bookseller, hosted by Jessica Gillen. Each week, Jessica breaks down a different book and tells you everything you need to know before cracking it open and getting lost in a whole new world. Tune in every Sunday for The Bookseller with Jessica Gillen, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
It is. All right, here we are. We have a shadow. Is that what we have a shadow DJ? Is what somebody going to come in and sit through this? See, we're almost done. We've only got about 20 minutes left, but they're welcome to come in and pull up a chair and enjoy
see a
time
a pro radio guy at it.
Yeah, I'm no amateur anymore. It's been 3 years now.
And then they can watch the.
Yeah, I'm not even talking to the mic right now, and it's still working. So yeah, they can come on in whatever. Of course,
they went to the restaurant.
They were laughing so hard, they didn't want to come in and have an accident. I understand. Yeah, and random heart attacks. So before we were dissing the. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, really.
We can talk about some news stories if we want. We can hit some of those. I can hit the one I skipped. This is
I should have brought my National Geographic.
Oh, there you go. There's always good news stories in there. Let's see. We got to find something. Good. Researchers believe they may have found the final resting place of Saint Nick. Yeah, Santa Claus is dead. Did you know that? A recent scan of the ground beneath St. Nicholas Church in the Turkish province of Antalya has revealed what local officials say could be a secret tomb. They believe the tomb could belong to the popular Christian saint who helped inspire the legendary character Santa Claus. The discovery was made using ground-penetrating radar amid local speculation that St. Nicholas, who was born in the church's town of Dimra, previously known as Myra, could still be buried there. So we know that Santa Claus is dead.
And they had to bury him somewhere. They just buried him where the sleigh fell. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You should get the Storage Wars guys to see how much they would bid on the tomb.
Yeah.
And then crack it open and see what's in there.
Yeah, that would be good. That's funny. I'd like to do that. I bet somebody would. I bet somebody would bid big money to go down there for.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my will. I tell you, I'm turning 50 this year, and I have a will.
Well,
now.
Yeah, you got to get those things done.
Yeah, and I don't
even
have a lot
if you
of,
are going to even if you are going to bulldoze your house. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of stuff, but I mean, I have enough stuff that if I
he still has to leave
somebody
the pile to somebody.
Right. Yeah, got to leave the pile of rubble.
But I don't have any living. I don't have any family living. So it's like I got down to the part where you put in the beneficiary, and I was like, oh, I don't have.
Yeah,
I don't have anybody.
I'm all out.
So yeah, so I was like, I was going to put my will on eBay and just let people bid on it.
Make it one of those mystery crates that people pay.
It's like Storage Wars with all my stuff, because you're not bidding on what I have right now.
Right.
You're bidding on what I will have.
What you're going to have at the time.
But then I was like, what if some psycho just really likes the stuff I have right now and then
they
just
want to take you out.
Just outbids everybody and murders me?
Yeah.
That's why you make a mystery package. Yeah. They don't know what's in it.
Yeah, don't put photos of anything on
there.
Right.
Lord,
no,
he left us
that would be bad.
3 pairs of tube socks and a bottle of Cheese Whiz from the 80s. Yeah. I paid $90,000 for this.
So St. Nicholas was Turkish?
I did not know that. I always figured German because Santa Claus, that's kind of where that
or North Polish, whatever. That's not a thing, is it? North
Polish.
He was actually a saint of the Greek
We don't want any
Orthodox
North
Church.
Polak jokes. That would be terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what he did to make himself famous, but
he gave a bunch of stuff away.
Yeah,
it's kind of creepy.
That's how the Santa Claus thing got born. I don't think he actually literally creeped into people's chimneys in their house and left crap under his tree. But
back then, it was kind of like, oh, we have a visit, and he's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Just everything was smaller back then too, like the doorways and the cloth. There's no way
except
he could
the chimney.
fit down.
Well, the chimneys were wider.
Oh yeah, because the fires were bigger.
They had to have bigger fires.
You're right.
That's what they had to heat with. So, yeah, if people were smaller and chimneys were bigger, he very well could have. So
it's a really weird turn.
What was that?
We're talking about chimney engineering and
Yeah, well, you never.
That's cool. You have to.
We
got to
cover
things.
all the bases. If we're going to cover the news story, we're going to dig deeper than any other
Yeah,
fake news stories out there.
I want to know where the red suit came from. Like, did
Yeah.
an artist just kind of run out of, whatever other?
My guess is
let's go with
he
that.
went down a chimney where the fire was still lit.
Yeah.
It was originally a white suit, burst into flames. He's red.
Okay.
So that
I'll
would
believe
be,
that.
Yeah.
I would believe that.
That's probably why it
I just
happened.
love
And
it.
they just chucked
They
the charred
have-
remains under the cathedral.
They have
built
like
a church on top of it.
the
Named it
German
after him.
version of Santa Claus, the Turkish version of Santa Claus. I want to see like the white trash redneck version of Santa Claus. Like I want to see him looking like
Oh, turn on CNN. He's called number 45.
number 45.
That's funny.
That's the one.
Okay.
The white trash version of Santa
The white
Claus
trash
had
version.
orange hair and he tweets a lot.
I tell you,
Another news.
I'm really starting to regret my vote. Really, I don't know. Do you see? Oh man,
Well, the thing is, what choice did we have? Which I did not.
not
vote
much.
for.
I tell you,
did
this
not
one,
vote for
this
Trump.
next
I
one's
did
going to
not
be.
vote
This is
for
going to be a
Hillary
fun
either.
one, though.
Oh,
This is
man,
you're going to
it's
have a
gonna
lot
be
of
something.
lot to choose from.
I
I
still
think.
think Jack Nicholson would be an amazing president.
Yeah.
That's just me. I wrote my own ballot in.
Yeah, we might as well just start.
If we're gonna-
whatever.
If we're going to start swinging for celebrities, we need to go for Mickey Rourke or Jack Nicholson. Mickey Rourke would be a little more entertaining than Donald Trump.
I don't know. He's very entertaining. Not necessarily in a good way, but definitely very entertaining.
It'd be a more positive thing. You got to keep morale up.
You can have a seat if you want. You're okay. I can even turn a mic on for you if you want. You can join right in.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kadeen.
What's up, man?
No, go ahead, man. Your mic is hot, so help
what's
yourself.
happening,
Help
everybody?
yourself.
It's Kadeen.
Pull that down to you.
I like how people just come and go, and this is like a pretty loose.
Yeah. Yep. He's my DJ Shadow. This is Michael Holder, Joey Tussey. They're both stand-up comics. Michael's been doing about 3 or 4 years, and Joey's 4 months in.
4 months.
4
Michael
months.
and Joey.
Yeah.
I'm honored. I'm Kadeen, and it's a pleasure to
Kadeen,
be here,
yeah.
Don. Thank you for having me, bro. Thank
Hey,
you
no
so
problem.
much.
No problem.
So what's happening in Dayton, Ohio? Dayton's right choice. What's happening?
We're discussing that they found the tomb of Saint Nicholas and Santa Claus is dead. So
I don't know if you want to put out that memo right
Just
now.
run with
We
it
have
from
20
there.
million kids across America that are probably about to have a heart attack. So we got to
yeah,
clean
well,
that up.
hopefully
It's all a joke.
parents they're good enough parents to not let their children listen to this show.
Okay.
So that's
But what about the ones that slip through the cracks?
I'm relying. Yeah, every now. Well, the ones that slip through the cracks, they're probably like. Is the latchkey kid still a thing? Was that an '80s thing that kind of went away?
I think it kind of went away. Like I was absolutely a latchkey kid. My parents were divorced. My mom raised me. I'm an only child, and I literally I had the key on a chain around my neck, and I'd come home from school and that's just the way it worked. I mean, and I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either. See, when I was growing up, we never actually locked our front door.
Yeah.
At our house, mom and dad both at work. We're all at school,
Whatever.
and we never locked the front door.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we didn't need keys. We picked locks.
Yeah.
See, we just didn't lock it.
And you guys you're no bicycle helmets, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
Wouldn't wear them if they wanted me to.
We used to luge down our street on skateboards. Not even feet first. Skeletons where you luge head first, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what we did. Yeah,
yeah.
we would skeleton down. We saw it on. We just right down the street.
Yeah.
No helmets, no nothing.
Why not? I mean, it could be worse. At least we didn't have that parkour thing back then. The parkour, the free running.
Oh yeah.
I basically chalk that up to that. That is what you get with a generation of children that didn't get to watch Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
Because they
Yeah.
didn't learn. I learned from Wile E. Coyote that you don't do that.
Yeah.
And they
See, the kids in my neighborhood, we'd watch episodes of Jackass, and then, they always had that warning, like, don't try this at home. And we're like,
right.
okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so what you want to be a DJ? Is that
So I want to be a DJ. Well, put it this way. I had my own radio show for a little while. I got the bug. I fell in love with it.
Oh, so you're a failed DJ.
Well, I don't know.
You're in
Experienced.
good company.
The term is experienced.
That's what most people do. When
Yeah.
they fail
Around.
professionally, they go back to college.
I
So-
actually wasn't really failed. I just kind of transferred from that school over.
Oh,
here,
okay,
so
okay.
I just moved on. I'd like to think it was a graduation.
Yeah.
So, so we look at it. We just have a little bit different perspective, but it's all good.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like,
good,
I
that's
didn't
good.
fail. People just stopped listening.
Bless your heart.
Well, I've been doing this for 3 years. They haven't started yet, so
Yeah, we
hopefully,
actually have no.
You know,
no.
I haven't accepted.
You're
the
right there at the
failure.
cusp. You're right there at the cusp.
Yeah, it's going to break.
It's
any
about to
moment
peak
now. Yeah,
this
absolutely.
afternoon or next month. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I'm poised. I'm poised to strike.
Always
I'm
gotta
like
be
a
ready.
cobra.
Always
like
gotta
an
be ready.
on-air cobra.
What, did you use up all the news? Is there
Oh
any
no,
more?
there's more. There's more. So there's plenty. I try to prepare so a little bit. I know you can't tell. It doesn't show, and I record so we can listen back and see how well prepared I am.
With this administration, you always got news.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I try not to cover any of that because he gets enough.
Right.
We were just talking about the white trash Santa Claus, and that's the white trash Santa Claus has orange hair and he tweets a lot. That's what we.
And he drives a pickup truck. He has red hair and says, "Yeah."
Nope, he says he rides in a limo. It's huge. Earthlings can now order their very own vinyl version of the Voyager Golden Record, which NASA sent into deep space decades ago in an attempt to reach intelligent life, because we can't find it here. The soundtrack has been available on SoundCloud and came out as a CD in 1992. Now Ozma Records is preparing to release it on vinyl as early as January through distributor Light in the Attic. That's a great name. It's already available for pre-order. 2 sets of the phonograph album with images and instructions in symbolic language were rocketed into space in 1977, one aboard Voyager 1 and the other aboard Voyager 2. Sounds from animals and outdoors, plus rock, classical, and other genre of international music were recorded onto the 12-inch gold-plated copper discs. So you can get your own copy on vinyl now. In case you want to listen.
What's funny about that is that, like, some aliens out there might just now be getting that.
Yeah.
And it's all incorrect now. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not at all what we're listening to.
Yeah, they'll be surprised when they get here.
Maybe that's why they haven't reached out.
Oh, we're just a few miles from Right Pat. Oh, boy. We're probably surrounded by aliens, and this whole place is, I don't even trust.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys.
you
This
can't
is-
trust any of them. That's what it is.
Yeah,
trust
sure
tattooed
he used to be a
people.
DJ.
That's why they had to make those universal restrooms. Anybody in the universe can go in there. Doesn't matter what planet you're from.
They feel pretty emboldened now.
Yeah. Well,
It's the term of
Yeah.
the orange people.
yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't this where they filmed
Yeah, but
Men
it's
in
kinda like
Black?
the lizard people, I
Right?
think. It's
right,
really
right.
close.
Oh, the reptilians. Ouch.
Yep, our reptilian overlords.
No shape-shifting going on in the White House, people.
Yep.
Won't have it.
Oh, okay. A rabbit in Cornwall, UK, had something happen to it that was truly hair-raising. A few days before Christmas, Kate Hazel says that a cross suddenly appeared on the forehead of her pet rabbit, Fluff.
Kill it.
Yeah. It was just really bizarre, she said. We went out one day to feed her, and my daughter Rosa said, Mom, Fluff's turning into the baby Jesus. And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, she's grown a cross right in the middle of her forehead. And I had to look, and it was really pronounced. Hazel said the cross didn't appear gradually, but rather very quickly before the holidays. So we were then calling Fluff the baby Jesus. And that's really why I put this news story in there, because I just wanted to say Fluff the baby Jesus on the air. And I know that's terrible, but it had to be said. But we started calling her Fluff the baby Jesus because she come in time for Christmas. Although Hazel jokes about the Messiah now hopping around in her garden, she doesn't care at all whether it's a sign from above. I'm not very religious, but some people think there's a sign of something happening, according to a story in the Daily Star. But she's just a Cornish rabbit with a cross in the middle of her forehead. So
I like how they just assume it's that it's Christian.
Right.
Is it a white rabbit?
No, it was a brown
What if
rabbit
she's super
with the
racist?
cross
And
was
that's
white.
like, it's like
Yeah.
Or if she
That
put
might
it
be
on
a
crooked and she's a
Santeria.
Nazi rabbit.
Yeah,
And she
maybe
just
that's what I was thinking when it started, because it could be the reincarnation, because Charlie Manson just died recently.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, exactly. Right in the.
So Charlie Manson is now a rabbit. That is
That
his
would-
reincarnation.
Yeah,
He's
as
going
as far
backwards.
as spirit animals go. That's not what I
I
would
can
have guessed
literally
for
hear the
him.
movie
But
right now.
Yeah, especially
Charles
one called
Manson, the
Fluff.
Christmas Rabbit.
Yeah. Aw.
I have no idea what this is going to be about, but I just want to see it.
that's a great new children's cartoon. I think.
Yeah.
A great
What,
children's
what,
book.
Charlie Manson the rabbit, or Fluff the baby Jesus?
Fluff the baby. Everything's baby now too. All the stories are baby.
Of course. Yeah.
like baby this, baby that. It's like if they make evil adults babies, then you can make cartoons about it, and then it's not as creepy. But
yeah,
it's still
that's
creepy.
true. That's true. Yeah, because there is isn't there like a baby Hitler out there somewhere?
Yeah, just make them babies, and they're not so bad.
Because I actually did a story about a guy in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, and I always like to make sure I say exactly what his hometown is, because he actually he got in trouble because he had to go to court and fight to get his son's name on his birth certificate. He named his son Adolf shortly after he changed his last name to Hitler.
Oh man!
So yes, there is a baby Adolf Hitler running around in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. That's Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
Why are we allowing people that much
There
freedom?
was an issue
Like,
with that. I don't think they went through with it because I remember it was in the news that they resisted, giving him that name. They were saying that you can't.
Yeah, I
have
thought
it.
that name
Right,
was
right,
retired.
yeah.
I thought it was like a jersey number. Like it's
Just
you
hang it
can't-
on
like,
the wall
yeah.
and be done. It could be. I don't know, but yeah, I know there was a court battle over it. I wasn't
Somewhere-
sure what the outcome was.
Somewhere there's a rabbit bearing a cross that's out there fluffing baby Jesus.
Yeah.
That's basically all we know.
in
Well,
the
you see
spirit of
those
Charles
high school
Manson.
kids in Cincinnati just this week, just yesterday.
Yeah.
A high school recreational basketball league. Kids had racist names on the back of their jerseys, but they like one kid had Negro on the back of his jersey, but it was like knee and then grow.
Wow.
And and like all of them, and they so one parent flipped out and posted on Facebook, and it's on national news now. Like kids, I mean,
would
know
post
what-
it on
what are you
Facebook.
thinking?
I'd
Like,
find
it's
the
not-
parent of
what-
that kid. Like,
yeah,
Some people like to push the envelope, Some
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
like to ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
And there's some out
Pull
there-
that thing
and-
closer to you.
Yeah,
Barely
yeah.
picking you up.
Yeah, some people just like to ruffle feathers, and then there's some people like me that no matter what you call me, it doesn't even affect me. I know who I am. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and like they say, when you judge someone, you're only identifying yourself as someone that has a need to judge. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And that's all. I understand that. So I'm
I
good.
just think it's
You just
funny
got
that
really
people think
deep,
that like
really
no one's gonna
quick
find
there.
out.
What's that?
I think it's interesting that like these high school kids, like, what did they think was going to happen? Like,
Yeah. Sometimes you got to wonder about some of that stuff, and you just gotta resist the urge to go smack them all in the head.
yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing about when you allow what people say to have power over you. It
Right.
causes you to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, but wait a minute. If somebody really hated me, all they got to do is push my buttons if they know I'm like that, and then I'll hit them, and then I
And
go
then
to
you
jail,
get
and then
in
they can
trouble.
laugh. I'm like, I'm not falling for the okie doke. You can call me whatever you want. There's nothing anybody can call me that can
That's-
make me hit them. I'm
that's
not
what
hitting
it is.
anybody. I'm too cool for that.
That's why I said you got to resist the urge.
Exactly.
Because the urge is still there, but you don't
I
go
have
through
it.
with it.
Would you believe? I swear to God, I don't have it. That's the thing. I guess I rationalize it.
Yeah.
And to me, it doesn't make sense to want to hit someone. Look at it this way. Simple. If someone says something to you, either they said the truth or they said a lie. If they said a truth, why would you get upset? And if they said a lie, really, why would you get upset?
Makes
So
sense.
It's just simple. It's simple. Don't complicate it. You know what I mean?
I think
That's-
I think that's the real meaning behind the resist campaign. It's
Yeah.
like just resist the urge to punch you in the face.
my thing is resist the urge to have an urge to do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? Just start to think.
We're humans,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
sometimes we
cool
react
until
just-
somebody
yeah.
tries to back in a parking place in front of you, and then you're like just want to murder
Oh,
the
yeah,
person.
then it's over.
I'm just waiting for
Hey,
the
I
train
seen
to
what
throw
happened to
poop at
OJ.
each
I'm
other.
not
Comes
killing
back.
nobody.
That's just me.
I got my lesson. I'm not killing nobody.
All right, I think we got time for one more news story.
One of my.
What's that?
That was
Huh?
Spanish. So.
Oh, wow. Una más.
Yeah.
Que bueno. Authorities
Learned it on
say a
Sunday.
North Dakota man who wheeled a shopping cart with stolen merchandise out of a Hobby Lobby craft store was stopped by snow. Police say 22-year-old Dustin Johnson filled up a cart with about $4,000 in products at Hobby Lobby. $4,000. How do you get $4,000 worth
a lot of
Hobby?
plastic
That
flowers.
is a lot.
His wife made him do it. I guarantee you, there is no reason for a
that's
man
lot
to
of
be at
plastic
Hobby Lobby
flowers and
It's a honey
yarn.
steel list.
for $4,000.
Either that or he was so high and he made a mistake and thought it was Walmart.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He filled up his shopping cart with $4,000 in products at Hobby Lobby in a store in Minot on Wednesday, North Dakota. After the cart got stuck in the snow in the parking lot and tipped over, he allegedly run off. Police say that along with the merchandise, Johnson left behind his wallet, which contained identification with his address.
So this happened.
So
in
yeah, he was a
Cincinnati,
bright one.
right? So this happened.
I can identify with that. Not the stealing part, but the grocery carts and snow.
Oh yeah,
Are a
that's
pain in
never
the butt
good. That's
right
never
there.
good. Yeah,
I've gotten to
even
the
if you
point-
paid for the $4,000
Yeah.
worth of Hobby Lobby merchandise.
I've
Yeah.
categorically misbehaved enough that my wife does not trust me to push a shopping cart anymore. So that's no longer my responsibility. You only got to crack somebody in the Achilles tendon like 3 times. They're like, just let me do it. Like,
That's
see?
the number.
There we go.
It was 4,000. I mean,
3,
that's
4.
that's more of a heist. Like you're getting into
That's a
not
felony.
just shoplifting. That's a
Grand
that's a
Grand
big,
Theft Hobby.
Yeah, that's
Grand Theft Hobby.
Grand Theft Hobby Lobby. That's the latest video.
That is a
game on
lot. That is a
PlayStation.
lot of wreath making material right there.
He was going to make yeah.
Exactly. It's like, did he have the whole store in there? Well, actually, the it's Hobby Lobby prices is what they went on. See, if it had been like a Joann Fabrics, it would have been the same stuff, but it would have
like
cost less.
$8 and some
When they said
change.
$4,000, I'm like, did they lift up the cart and see like people in there? Or they steal a couple employees or something?
Yeah, just crammed them under. That's
He's
that's
got
a-
our RM in here. What the heck? Get out of here, Susie.
Yeah.
Why'd you let him put you in
Well, one of the things he took was apparently a cash register with $4,000 in it.
I actually I have a phobia of shoplifting, but it's not. I'm not afraid I'll shoplift. I'm afraid that the alarms. I don't like walking through the alarms on the way out.
Oh, wow.
And
I wonder what does that feel like? Sorry. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not of the Caucasian persuasion.
That's funny. No, it's even worse. So, in addition to that, I have a fear. Not only do I have a fear that the alarms will go off, but I have a fear that I will just start running. So it's
I wonder what does that
resist.
feel like?
yeah.
Having
Resist
the cops
the
after
urge,
you just
Michael.
start running.
Yeah.
Wow.
To resist
Yep.
the urge.
Get
More
5 or
about
6
that.
warning shots in your back.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, well, you have a neck tattoo, so you know what that's.
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Oh, it's a cross too. There's a
Yeah. It's
For Christmas.
Jesus. No, sorry.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
This is a secret. Listen up, America.
Not going to be for long.
That what he just said, what Brother Michael just said, is what every black person feels when they walk out of a store in America. Every day. Hate to get deep, but for the record, just so you know, that's what it feels like. Every time we walk out of the store, we fear that alarm will go off and people will look at us and police will start chasing us even though we have done nothing wrong. That's what we feel like every day.
well, quit stealing stuff then.
That's hilarious. As soon as I find out what it feels like to steal something, I will let you know. But I probably have to talk to the boatloads of people that came over here a few years ago, but we'll get to that later. Speaking of stealing.
Yeah. I can't wait to listen to your show. It's
Oh,
probably going to
bless
be.
you. It's going to be something.
It's going to be, I think, very deep and very entertaining at the same
I'm
time.
guessing I won't be
positive,
the
yeah,
first guest.
What did he say?
That he's not going to be your first guest.
Bless
Probably.
you. I'd love that. I would love that. I welcome everybody. I love everybody. But it's just more about positive vibes, you know. I'm Jamaican, so it's going to be called Tropical Vibes. And it's just like a lot,
Cool.
you know,
That
reggae,
sounds delicious.
reggae, so it sounds
Yeah,
like,
that sounds
Anything
like,
with
sounds
tropical,
like a smoothie.
anything with tropical in the title,
right?
I'm like,
Tropical.
oh.
That, you know,
I
that
can't wait to
Caribbean,
taste that.
that Caribbean flavor, a little bit of reggae, a little bit of soul, but just mostly enlightening messages and positive vibes to uplift people. Because believe me, we have enough to keep us down.
Yeah,
That-
we're just
that
gonna.
is for
He's
sure,
just
yeah.
gonna be addressing stereotypes and then reinforcing them.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like this show.
And nothing political.
No,
yeah,
no,
nothing.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Not at all.
Well, yeah, because he said uplifting. He doesn't want to get people depressed.
No.
So anyway, I think we're gonna call this a show. Get off the air.
Thanks
here
for having me. I'm hosting all weekend at Go Bananas Comedy Club in Cincinnati.
Hosting all weekend at Go Bananas in Cincinnati. That's
for Michael
fantastic.
Palasak. He's Tonight Show, Conan, Letterman, everything.
Wow.
So he's very funny.
Cool. So get on out if you don't plan on going to Wiley's.
Yeah, I will warn you. It's supposed to snow an inch on Friday, so I'm sure the show will be canceled.
I've heard it's going to be a lot worse over the weekend. I've heard.
I will be delivering pizza all weekend.
Well, at least if you get stuck in the snow, you're not going to go hungry.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You'll just have angry people calling the store wondering where you are, and you'll have to explain to them there's 12 inches of snow out there. So.
I won't even explain at that point. Look out your window.
Yeah.
By the way, your pizza's delicious.
Yeah.
I actually think they said on the news.
Thanks for the tip.
They actually said on the news this morning, anywhere they said between 1 and 12 inches. I'm like, that's
quite a range.
That's awesome.
It's like we could get nothing or a whole lot.
That's Ohio weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Tripolar.
Exactly. And it's supposed to be in the 50s again next week, I believe. So hopefully all that'll melt and go away. But
and then come back.
But anyway, do you have any social media sites you want to throw out there? Or?
No, I'm on Twitter at HaHaHolder.
Holder?
Yeah, but there's nothing good on there.
You thought of that idea where you were peeing, didn't you?
Yeah. It's just a giggle. Giggle every time.
Got it. Listen to this.
Yep. All right. Well, Michael Holder, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Check him out at Go Bananas this weekend.
Yep.
And Joey Tussey, we hope to see you doing some more shows. Get up north of Cincinnati and do some shows up here.
I'm trying to. I got to get my van to run longer than that. I drive a Grand Caravan.
How are you delivering pizza in a van that doesn't
Very
run?
carefully.
Okay. You have a bicycle in the back of the van just in case?
I have a roll of duct tape and a tube of super glue. That's pretty much what's holding my van together right now.
Okay.
That's also what's holding his passengers in the back seat too.
Yeah.
I have one back seat. The rest of them fell out.
Now we know where baby Jesus went.
Yeah, that glue's what really keeps him going. The duct tape's for the van.
Yeah.
The glue's for him.
Spray paint's quicker.
And Kadeen, was it?
Yes.
Hey, I got it. I remembered
God
something.
bless you, Don. Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure.
But thanks for coming on. It was good to meet you.
Thank you
good to
for
have
having
you.
me.
And I look forward to you being part of the WWSU team.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored. And Michael and Joe, it's been a pleasure. God bless you all.
It's been a pleasure, man.
So anyway, that is all we have for this week. Tune in next week. We have other people. I can't remember who they are because I don't have my list handy. But thanks for listening. You can catch the podcast. The outro will tell you all that stuff. We'll see you next week. This has been the Life Radio Show on WWSU 106.9 with your host, Don Smith. The Life is also available in podcast form on iTunes, PodBean, Stitcher, Spreaker, Blueberry, and YouTube, as well as on Eventide Entertainment's podcast network. Be sure to like the Life Radio Show on Facebook, and if you have any comments or suggestions, email thelife1069@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Now get out there and enjoy some live comedy this week. You can check out wileyscomedy.com for all your upcoming shows.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms